we're going to talk about sales, and we're going to talk about technology sales right now with Sean McGillicuddy. He's the VP of Sales over at TIE Software. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Hey, Kevin, Richie. It's good to finally meet you guys.
Good to meet you too. Tell us a little bit about TIE Software, what you guys are doing over there, what you guys specialize in.
Yeah, so TIE specializes in LTL and full truckload software for freight brokers. So that's been what we've been doing for years now. TMS has been active since 2014. Company's been around a little bit longer than that, but making a really big push this year, and been on freight waves a few times this year. So it's been great.
That's awesome. And
yeah.
what I've been hearing a lot in the marketplace is, now that the market's fragmented and it's crazy and everybody knows the chaos that's going on, and efficiency seems to be the buzzword that's going around a lot of brokerages. How quickly and how efficient can brokers be on the floor? If you're going to make mistakes, make them real fast. If you're going to win, how quickly can we win? How is your technology and the TMS equipping and helping brokerages become more efficient?
Yeah, it's a great question. We've been really pushing automation heavily for the past several years, and but as of COVID coming around and capacity getting pretty tight, it's become something that has been more adopted by brokerages. And so, digital brokers have really, changed the market. But one thing that doesn't seem like it's ever going away is relationships that the carriers have. The brokers have with carriers and their customers, right? So that part doesn't seem like it's ever going away. So what our software has helped our customers do is really almost give themselves a digital platform for freight matching, receiving quote requests, matching them up with trucks without taking away the personal touch, because it's really, really important to brokers. That's the value that they provide to their customers. That's the value that they provide to carriers and their network. And so a couple of things we do is we have a system for automating, inbound quote requests that are coming in through email. We have a tool called TIE Email Assistant that can automate that, bring it into bring that email, create the quote in our TMS. And then on the other side, we have some integration partners that can automate the outreach to your carrier network to match those two things up and really just completely smooth out the process. And then some communication tools in between to make sure that you're not losing that personal touch. Because I think that's what brokers tend to fear the most when it comes to, this new automation wave. And I've heard automation mentioned a lot on, this trade show the last couple of days. But I think that's the part they worry about losing is it's a relationship-based business. And so what we try to do is give you the automation tools to be more of almost a digital broker, but we add communication tools to make it so that there's still that personal touch there.
And as a freight broker, I know it's all about really time to cover. If you can cover loads quickly at the rate you need to cover them at, you can go out and generate more sales, more gross margin. That is really, and you talked about carrier relationships. How does technology help you develop those even quicker than normal?
Yeah. So, if you think about the standard process of trying to find coverage, it's a lot of going to the load boards, reaching out to your network of carriers. And so what we've seen in the industry, that it's been hard to get away from you got a spreadsheet over here where it's your entire carrier network. You're bringing that into your email. You're blasting out emails to try and find somebody to cover. Then you're going over and you're posting to the load boards. And then a lot of times you're having to go and repost even. And then when you do find a quote, you've got to bring that back in and you've got to type in that quote. And then, that's the carrier that you're going with. That's sort of the process that still a lot of brokers are using today. But we found a way to just dial that down into a 5-minute process. So everything that used to end up taking, possibly 20, 30 minutes to reach out to the network, go to all the load boards, hit every possible resource. We found a way to just bring that into one single page, make it so that you can do all that in less than 5 minutes. And if you want to automate it, we've got tools to do that as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're taking a lot of that busy work, and the automation is automating the things that those things that would keep you away from building the relationships with the clients. And so now those frontline brokers can be spending more and more of their time on fostering relationships and less time on kind of the menial moving and pushing paper. Curious to hear what your clients are saying. What are the implications here? What is the feedback from your current client base with their experiences in Tide TMS?
Yeah, well, we brought on quite a few full truckload brokers this year since COVID, and like I said, a lot of people now open to adopting new tools that can help to automate. And so, obviously, sales is very important. So, if you can free up your sales staff to be out there looking for new accounts, great. But the other thing that's really important is being able to free up the teams that your carrier reps that deal with your carriers and making sure that they can dial in those relationships and really stay on top of those. And so things like, and we're seeing some really other cool tools like Parade's a partner that we work with right now, and they're doing some pretty cool stuff with making it so that you're automatically reaching out to the carriers that would potentially want that load. Carriers that you have already scored in our TMS to say, these are the carriers we like working with. These guys, they do a solid job. We want to make sure they get the first crack at freight that we know they're going to want. And so in our TMS, we have it set up where it's really easy to go to that. And if you add on the Parade integration that we have, it's actually going to automate that outreach and make it so that you give them the first shot without your team actually having to go one by one, find the carriers they like working with. And so you're just speeding up the process of making sure that your relationship with your carriers are tight. And it's important right now with capacity being the way it is. It's really important to make sure that you're the go-to person for as many carriers as possible.
It is. It's all about finding capacity here in 2021. Is that what you're hearing from your partners out there?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been tough, and it's been trying to do, your workload ends up increasing because it's harder to find a truck, and it's, you're getting more tender rejections. And so if you can speed up that process of the outreach and making sure that you have the best possible relationship with the carriers on the lanes that you move most frequently, it ends up being a big deal. And so that's the feedback we've gotten from especially the new customers that we've brought on this year, is that we've been able to, reduce that workload dramatically and make it so that they're not reducing it by only just going to first available. They're reducing the workload and making sure they're going to the correct carrier for the right load.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time today, Sean. Pleasure speaking with you. Tide Software, you can go see and interact at your booth. And then I believe your website address is www.tie-software.com.
Tie-software.com, that's right.
Perfect.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.